This works.
What's up, Tim? San Diego. It's the man, Ken. Glad to have you guys. Mm-mm. Anybody? Oh, Michigan.
All
Sonata.
right. I think we're live.
How do we know?
welcome, welcome, welcome.
I see it.
Technical difficulties.
Being weird, but no, it's
I'm your host.
Mm-hmm.
My knees are good.
all right. We are live.
Are we sure about that?
Yes.
All right. Do we still get a countdown?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome, everybody. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but welcome to another episode of Dr. Reese Live. I am your host, Coach Sean. We have Coach Karen in the members room, and
Hi.
Coach Christine is back with us today, handling the socials. We're glad to have her back. Everybody, this is a little bit of a special episode because this is episode 120. So for those of you that have been with us for a bit, you know that a big theme in our program is the 120 program. It's supposed to jumpstart people. And it's truly like that's what people need to notice the benefits that they're getting and just set them up for the rest of the year, the rest of whatever time they need to overcome whatever disease or condition they're trying to get rid of. But I wanted to get into some of the history of the 120 program. So, Dr. Reese,
Yeah.
how did you come up with this idea? When did it all start?
It started back in 2016.
Wow.
So we're talking 8 years ago here. And back then there was just a trend of days. You ever hear of P90? Was it called P90X?
Yeah.
That exercise program? Yeah. There was a whole bunch of gimmicky number programs back, in the 2000s. And, based on my experience with helping people with their health, I noticed that 4 months is about when someone starts seeing potential miracle happen. And so I said, oh, it's 120 days. So I want to make a program called whatever 120. And it changed. It was ETS 120, and then it became POP 120. Now it's head to toe healing 120. It doesn't matter. It's just the 120. And you can see in our testimonies, someone might be like, I'm on day 47 and blah, blah, blah. Or I'm on day 86 and blah, blah, blah. So the idea for me was to create a moving train. Just like a school. School's a moving train. You remember when you call out sick?
Like you lucked out on everything.
Yeah, it's you totally missed out.
Yeah.
And you're happy to have the day off, but then there's that overwhelming feeling of when you come back. Oh, I missed work. Oh, I missed this. Well, what about my homework or this, that, and the other? So the 120 is like that. Once you start, you don't stop.
That's the idea.
That's the idea, is to stay on that train track, to count your days, and to do the 3 macro methods at the same time. And that's the essence of head to toe healing. So, of course, that's clinical nutrition, postural alignment therapy, and mindfulness training. And for anyone that read Peace Over Pain, that's the secret, is if you do all 3 at the same time, you can dibble dabble in this and dibble dabble in that. But when you do it at the same time is when the real miracle can occur. And so I needed a vehicle for that to happen. So I made this program called the 120, and it worked. Now, you don't get rid of you don't necessarily get rid of everything in 120 days, but your symptom score is going to come down. So if, during our analysis, we keep track of a symptom score. So if somebody has 24 symptoms, by the end of their 120, hopefully that can come down to 14, maybe even 10.
Mm-hmm.
Now that person is feeling so much better. And even most importantly, they believe. And once you believe, that's when the shift happens. And that's when you really, really kick up another level of healing, because it's just a matter of time before you're down to 3 symptoms.
Yeah.
Or 2 symptoms. Or even some people would be happy with 5 symptoms because they're rocking a 36.
Mm-hmm.
I did an analysis this week with someone who had a 36. That's someone that's suffering. So to get all that down, I think the 120 is the perfect vehicle, the perfect program for someone to do that. And that's why we've been using it for 8 years, and it is in the membership. So people can do it, and they just do it when they're ready.
Because you're like technically throwing the kitchen sink at it.
You're throwing the kitchen sink at everything for 120 days.
That's how you get the results.
And it's really more than 120. It's because there's a month of orientation.
Where you're just getting the mind right.
Getting the mind right, getting your kitchen together, ordering your supplements, and just getting ready to get on the train track.
With the people that are most successful, what traits do you notice in them?
The most successful people are the ones that show up to meetings, I think.
Mm. Like they're inquisitive, they ask questions.
Well, they show up to our meetings and they talk to the coaches, and they're just always present. I mean, just in the year and a half you've been here, I mean, you've seen many clients. Some are all over you, and some just disappear. And they pop in once a month or once every 6 weeks. The ones that pop in are usually the ones that don't heal. The ones that are just all over us.
Yeah.
They're looking for the extra help. They're looking for the extra credit. They're showing up to the meetings. They're showing up to the live streams. It's just like AA. If you're an alcoholic or a drug addict and you fall off the wagon, you should be looking for a meeting. That's the way the program works. And we're no different. You keep coming, you keep feeling the energy, and you keep believing, and your body will do the rest.
Well, I think that's a big part, because when we do the Thursday meetings and even all other meetings and people ask questions, I've noticed that a lot of the people in the room start to feed off of each other, as far as somebody doing a testimonial or somebody asking a question that really was for the audience, and then everybody's just giving their input, giving their help. And I think that sense of community is a big part of the healing, especially in the 120. Because as you said, like the AA situation, it's hard to do it alone, especially if your household is not doing it with you.
Oh, yeah.
Then you need to be surrounded by like-minded people in order to stay in that presence. Is because it's hard,
How many mature women do we have that have a husband that is just like, you're crazy, this is stupid, the guy's a quack, this is nuts, he's a cult leader, what are you doing? And so how is she gonna cut through that negativity? She has to plug in to our community.
We've converted several Italians, by the way. It wasn't easy. But when they start seeing the results, it's like it's over. I mean, I feel like the minute why it's so important to stay strict especially on the 120, is because you're also breaking those old habits. And then when you start to sneak up and become challenged by those habits, whether it's like the oils or the gluten, you notice. Like I know people that tried the oil again and they're like, this is disgusting. And they felt nauseous and sick. Even with the gluten, the same thing. They got stomach aches, they didn't feel right. And it's like, think about it. You were putting your body through that all that time.
Right.
And
Right.
so all you need to do is just open that, like leave that window, that 120 window, and you'll see,
Yep.
like if you start to add some of those foods back, you'll see how terrible they actually were.
Yep.
So I think it's a beautiful system.
Yeah. And it's a jump start.
Yeah.
It's a jump start. Now, some people that come into the membership, they may not want to start with the 120 right away. I don't recommend starting with 120
It's a lot.
because there might be a rescue protocol that they want to try first. Perhaps they have SIBO,
Mhm.
or they have candida, or they have kidney stones, what have you. Or they just want to hang around, come to the meetings, do their PAT classes, things like this, and just gear up, get their mind ready. Because at some point they're gonna like, all right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my 120. It's like a badge of honor. Like, who did their 120?
Yeah.
You know,
I know Karen
Karen did her 120.
yeah. She even wanted to, she was
Christine
giving out
did her
medals.
120. Yeah.
Karen was giving out medals. That's
I,
amazing.
what did I do? What are you saying?
You gave out medals for for people who completed.
I did give out a medal to one of our clients. Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Now, Karen, back in the day when you did your 120, was it intense?
Yeah, it was intense, but mentally I was prepared. I knew going into it, I wanted to be 110%. And for instance, when I found you, I figured I'm kind of a do-it-yourselfer. I could have probably figured it out on my own, but it would have been exhausting, expensive, and it
Mhm.
probably would have taken me 5 years to figure it out. So I decided, let me put my faith into the experts, plug into the program, do what you said to do, and be diligent. And did the PAT twice daily,
Mm-hmm.
just diligent with the food. I ended up having uniform meals. So it was
Mhm.
really not that exciting, kind of boring. I would have just simple meals for
Yep.
the day.
And
But
that's what I recommend. Just be boring.
I figured for
Boring
4 months,
heels.
I could
Boring
be
heels.
boring for 4 months and be diligent. And the other thing about it is that I traveled probably 2 or 3 times when I was on the 120. I
Mhm.
would bring all my supplements with me. The second I would get to the hotel, I would ask the housekeeping people to bring extra sheets so I could put them on the floor and set up my PAT station.
Yeah.
Why
I
did you need extra sheets on the floor?
Because
Floor
I'm
is
not gonna lay on
nasty.
the gross floor. Are you kidding me? Maybe you would, but
It's
I'm not
barely
gonna do
clean.
that. That's disgusting. I mean, who would,
I would have done it. The floor is a
No,
floor.
it's
oh,
Okay.
nasty.
gross. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But anyway, it was fantastic. And every single month, things got better and better. And I would take pictures like every 2 weeks to 30 days, and you could just see the improvements. It was,
Yeah.
and I think that's what, our members should do too, is set a schedule on their calendar to take photos like every 30 to 30 days, every 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 120 days into the program so they can see the visual changes and compare. It's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. When you can see your body changing, it again, the the belief factor kicks in.
Yeah, for me, it was actually Susan Smalls, her testimonial when I was doing my 120, and I was feeling lazy to do the posture, and then I saw her testimony. I was like, I gotta get off my butt because I mean, just to see like how she was able to get that change inspired me to try to get those same results, and believe in posture therapy because it was a little slow for me at first. I was like, I don't get it. Chiropractic, it seems like it's going to be more effective. But at the end of the day, it was actually postural therapy that changed my posture.
Mhm.
And so, again, applying all three principles, I think, is key at the same time. So do it when you're ready. Nobody's really rushing you because it is a lot. But if you want to get the results that you're looking for, then the 120 is where you get those results.
Yeah. Just make sure you're ready.
It don't stop.
But to
Yeah.
add on to that, a lot of people are always looking for that quick fix. There's so many different programs out there that are sold to lose weight, and our program is different. It addresses you as a whole for the first time. The weight loss is just kind of an added benefit. And once you exclude those filler foods, the processed foods, the fake foods, the oils, the gluten, it just slips off. And that's a benefit from doing the program. And
Mhm.
in my experience, I've done so many different diets and different things over the years, but this is the most robust program because it does address the body as a whole. And posture alignment therapy can't, or it does what lifting weights can't. Because if you're lifting weights and you're building muscle, but then strengthening those muscles in a dysfunctional state, it's not going to get you where you want to go. And it's going to deter your body from healing the way it needs to. So start with the posture alignment therapy, the 120 program or plug in, and then do the resistance training or strength training afterwards once your body's functioning the way it's designed to.
Yep, you'll notice less injury. You'll notice more efficient movement. I mean, why wouldn't you want that? Why would you want to work out every day and be in pain? Have to wear knee braces and all of these other aids just by avoiding posture therapy. I love what Kevin said who basically said it was amazing. But it's more into that theory of flossing. He said posture therapy is like for your muscles, like flossing is for your teeth. But then he added, all this time, you go and eat. What do? That messes up your teeth. So it brings need for flossing or brushing your teeth because it messes it up. So we're sitting down. Everybody's sitting down right now. I don't know what Dr. G is doing, but everybody's sitting right now. And that's technically messing with your posture.
Yeah.
So you need to floss. You need to get down on that floor
Yeah.
and do some cat dogs,
Yeah.
do some postural therapy
Yeah.
to help. I just thought it was beautiful.
Yeah. Every single time you sit down for an extended period of time, every time you go to sleep, every time you're bending over to wash dishes or you're reading a book, you are contributing to pulling your muscles out of whack and making them dysfunctional. And postural alignment therapy is the tool that we use to bring them back, just like brushing and flossing is to your mouth. So I think that is the best way to look at it, and that makes everyone understand it. And that's why we have these 3 PAT classes.
Mhm.
People just, I was thinking about adding a 4th, but that's another topic for another day. But you just keep going and going and just keep brushing and flossing.
Mhm.
And
then the last thing is the mindfulness. Do you feel like that's the most neglected?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Not everyone likes the mindfulness because it makes them feel uncomfortable. So you got to plow through the uncomfortableness. You're dealing with programming.
Yeah.
You're dealing with programming. You were programmed by your society, by your parents, by your siblings, by your friends, by your family, by your teachers. You're completely programmed by the time you're 13 years old. And so if you're programmed by the time you're 13, imagine how programmed you are by the time you're 40.
Yeah.
And so I'm teaching people to go inside that computer, which is in their skull, and change the programming to deprogram and then reprogram. And this is very uncomfortable.
Once you get through it, are there any VIPs or 120 members that completed their 120 that like had a rough start with mindfulness? Because I know I was one of those people as well. But once I just kind of let go, it was extremely easy, and I saw like the direction he was trying to take me in. But I'm curious, like who started off rough with the mindfulness and then has come around to it. But also, yeah, we need to look into our members room.
Yeah,
Coach
members.
Coach Karen, has anybody commented on the topic we were talking about?
Well, Lori was mentioning that her husband was resistant to getting on board with the topic for her.
Yeah.
Or yeah, she didn't expand any more than that. And then Angelo's in the room and he's saying no more pizza, pasta, or bread for me.
Wow.
Angela, we got to talk to Angela a little later. You hang tight, Angela.
He was one of those people that I know we're going to talk, but he was one of those people you remember where we're like, okay, you might have to cut out the alcohol. He's like, yeah, no problem. Just like always on board. And
Yeah.
it's so easy to work with. Angela, you're amazing. We'll talk to you a little bit later.
I love it when people are easy to work with. Some people are not easy to work with.
Any more questions or comments?
Just another comment. I just wanted to share that I talked to a couple different people this week, and their symptom scores were a little bit lower, like under 10. But what is amazing about the 120, it's also a good tool as a tune-up for the body before it starts to drastically break down.
Yeah.
Because in some of your videos, you've shared how many nutrient or how many different deficiencies are caused, illnesses are caused by nutrient deficiencies. Wasn't it like 600 or 900?
Yep, 900.
So 900 diseases can be caused by not having the right nutrition. So if you get into our program and you can get the tools with nutrition, posture alignment therapy to keep your body in check and work on your mind, because there's a little bit of stuff going on in the world and social media and mainstream media that affects us emotionally, that if you can get your body to a point where you can treat it like a cloud and just let it drift away and not affect you for the rest of the day, it's a good tune-up as well. So not just necessarily for people that are broken, it's for people that want to stay healthy, healthy as they age.
Yeah, absolutely. Well put.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've noticed that certain people that come to me, their blood test would reflect that they're completely healthy. But as soon as they did the analysis, you would see all sorts of issues arising. It's just like slowly stalking in the background, you know? And that was an eye opener for me. Because it made me realize, we have the blood, yeah, but not everything is happening in the blood. We have a whole body. We have a brain, organs, muscles, all of these other functions happening that require nutrients. And so you need a blood test, sure, but you need something that's going to test for outside of the blood as well, so you can translate that. So that's just my little spiel. Anything else, Karen?
Shafiq is in the room and he's saying, I ate bread for 40 years. What can I do, Dr. Reese? I love bread. Is there an alternative to gluten for bread?
If you love bread, then you should get rid of it.
Gotta let it go.
Maybe come back to it in 10 years. Break up with it. Do the right thing. You gotta challenge yourself. Like, that's what mindfulness is about. It's about being uncomfortable. You know, I did so many tests with myself through the last 15 years. I took swearing out.
Mhm.
I brushed my teeth with my left hand instead of my right hand. Like, come on, you can handle no bread. I promise you, you can.
You'll feel the difference.
Yeah. Go to the park and like walk on the wooden planks, you know, balance yourself. Walk 100 yards with no thought.
Go skiing.
No skiing for me.
It's your challenge.
So Dr. G was saying he's found a product called Pegels, and he says they're approved. Not
Challenge.
bagels, but Pegels.
Kegels.
It's a brand.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Might be walking the fine line.
Nonetheless, you definitely want to get your results first before you start trying to add new things in.
Yeah, for sure.
Because the more you add in, the more convolution you make, the more symptoms you can respond to. You're adding foods, you're probably sensitive to one of those foods, and then it just kind of messes up your progress. You want to get like a safe and stable go-to meal that you can go to, like 2 or 3 meals, and then just cycle.
So can we go to Angelo now?
Yeah.
Is that possible? Angelo, are you there?
Yeah, he's in the room.
Can you unmute yourself? Or Levi?
Yes,
can
sir. I'm
And
here.
There he is.
Yes, sir.
Queen's in the house.
Queen's in the house.
Angelo, can you please tell me what happened to your mouth on the 120 program?
Yes. So about a year ago, my bottom teeth, my bottom gums became loose, and it came loose. It just flapped off. I lost it. Um, Now recently, I noticed it's starting to grow back.
Wow.
Yes.
After 120 days.
After 120 days, yes. I just recently completed my 120.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
And you don't have gray in your eyebrows anymore.
Hey.
Right. And under my nose, the mustache part.
Get rid of that pesky gray hair.
We're going to work on that one. Yes, sir.
That's pretty cool. Did something happen to your tongue too? I'm trying to remember what you told us.
No, it wasn't my tongue.
It was just the gums.
Oh, just the gums, and then I don't know. Halfway into the 120, I was able to tie my shoes. You know, it was difficult for me to bend over and tie my shoes without grunting.
Hmm.
And with the postural therapy, I'm able to tie my shoes no problem now.
It's the perfect slogan for this program. Do your 120, tie your shoes, no pain.
That's it.
Nobody's thinking about tying their shoes. You know, this is subtle, 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 subtle. Well, I'm glad to hear about your mouth. That's pretty cool. It sounds like the soft tissue and the hard tissue is just starting to just grow back.
It's getting there.
All right, cool. Well, thank you for sharing.
No problem.
All right, man. Karen, is there any more comments in the members room?
Let's see. Dr. G was saying Pegels are gluten-free and oil-free.
Interesting. May have to look into them. Anything else?
No, not at the moment. However,
Bet you they cost $100 a pagel. Go ahead.
Shafiq was asking, when is a good time to start the 120 program?
Whenever you feel mentally ready.
When you can cut the bread.
Yeah.
Because you have to eat boring, just like Karen was saying. You have to like just get like those simple meals, and you have to just eat them throughout your 120. They have to be your favorite meal.
Yeah. I love eating like that. I still eat like that for the most part. It makes you more productive. It's ironic I have a cookbook because I wouldn't use any recipes in there.
Yeah.
I just want simple. I don't care about, like, it's just fuel. It's just fuel. Like, give me my fuel and let me be on my way. It's like going to a gas station and filling up your car, you
Mhm.
know?
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, one day I'd love to get a chef though. Just make me boring meals.
You'll be their favorite person.
Yeah, just boring meals.
He just likes boiled burger.
Boiled burgers, Mookies. Give me a Mookie. And if we're getting crazy, we'll throw a piece of mozzarella on it.
Oh my gosh. So I wanted to head over to Coach Christine and see what was going on in the socials, if anything was going on in the socials. I don't know.
Any Mookies out there?
Mookies.
I have a lot, yes.
Oh,
You look overwhelmed. You sure?
sorry.
Is it okay?
Yeah. I haven't done this in a while. I'll answer a few of them myself. That somebody asks, what about sourdough bread? I mean, bread is bread, right? So Felicia's asking, what actually broke off from Angelo, his tooth or his gums? I don't think it broke off. I think his gums were just damaged.
Mm.
Is that right?
Angelo, can you speak to that?
Yeah, he's unmuting.
Yeah, it was definitely the gum. So the part that sticks to your tooth, it just got loose.
Okay.
Perfect.
Now it's growing back.
Mm.
Fell
Okay.
off. It just fell off after a couple of days.
Yeah, that's the weakening of the soft tissue, and what we did is we strengthened it back up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for the
Definitely working.
clarification.
Thank you.
Brenda says, make the bread in the Dr. Reese cookbook.
There you go.
There is bread.
There is bread in there.
Terry Collard says, I've had my thyroid removed and I've been out of balance for years.
Sounds like just a comment.
Peter says, this program heals everything. Peter Kristen. Teresa asks, will posture therapy heal my sciatica?
You can ask Dr. G.
And we get rid of sciatica all the time. Angelo had sciatica too. Sometimes it's unbelievable, right? It's hard for people to wrap their head around because you get one person who has 7 testimonies.
Yeah.
Because they had so many symptoms and then we're just knocking them off one by one by one by one.
Liz says, I've cut the poor 4 foods and I already have more energy and lost weight. I feel better. And yes, the weight loss is a bonus. It works.
There you go, Liz. There you go.
Absolutely. Good to hear.
Liz is also saying that she gets paid on Tuesday and she's enrolling in the membership.
There you go.
We'll see
We'd
you.
love to have you, Liz.
John Shun asks, we're eating low potassium. What's still causing potassium and creatine to be high? Help.
Well, it's just out of whack. Ratios out of whack. Nutrition is all about ratios.
Mm.
Terry's back. She asks, what can she do about not having a thyroid?
Well, if you don't have a thyroid, obviously you have to stay on certain medicine to compensate that because you can't live without a thyroid. So the real issue is, what was the root cause?
Mm-hmm.
Because the root cause is still there. All they did was they treated the symptom because they wanted to stabilize you and scam you, essentially.
Mary asks, what are your thoughts on the cause and reversing gout?
Gout typically is you have poor kidneys and you're just not releasing and eliminating everything you need to. It just builds up. So it's a pretty easy thing to get rid of.
Felicia asks, why do the meals have to be boring?
Because I'm a very, very boring man. Yeesh. I get called boring all the time by my lady friends. They want to go out at 9. I want to go to bed at 9.
Yeah.
But that's another video for another day.
Anything else, Christine?
Ringing in the right ear tonight is possibly, I did have debilitating dizzy spells months ago. Can you help? That's from Chip.
Chip, get yourself an analysis, man.
We know just as much as you. You have to get the analysis so we can see the full nutritional health profile. What's going on with your body, your shoulders, your neck, your symptoms. Where are you deficient? We have to see those things. It's very hard for Dr. Reese to be able to just, tell you something because it could come from multiple root causes. And so we have to basically pinpoint where it's actually coming from if we want to help.
Analysis is the first step to this. Well, you can make a case it's the second step after reading the book, but you're going to want to get an analysis, see what's going on with yourself. Then you decide if you want to join the membership and turn your health around.
And where did they get the books? Amazon? Yolis Aragia asks.
Yep, everything's on Amazon or peaceoverpain.com.
And so I'm not even going to try to pronounce her name. Alamche Yangshet. She says, what can you do about eczema?
Get rid of it.
It's good to be back. She's going to read the book first.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Good. And last one, Catherine, how about IBS? 14 years. I gave up on 2 doctors, 4 colonoscopies, endos, B450. I want to join as soon as I can.
Well, the endos and the colonoscopies, I don't see a point in those. You know, you want to get an analysis so that you can see everything that's going on with your body. And then you get into the membership and you start turning your life around. It couldn't be any more simple and affordable, I might add. Extremely affordable. I should be charging $1 million.
I wanted to hop back over to the Zoom room really quick, our member chat. Karen, I just wanted to check if anybody had questions or any comments.
Yeah, we do have some comments, and actually one of the social questions made me remember that we have somebody in our Zoom room that's been just with us 2 months, and she had some really big successes. So I'll share what she shared with us, and maybe we can have her pop on here and elaborate a little bit more about what happened.
I want to hear.
So she said she was participating in our posture alignment classes for just 2 months, and she made a comment, "Thanks, Coach Sue. I really enjoyed that one. I just wanted to let you know that my blocked ear, my clicking sore jaw, and ringing sound in my ear vanished in just 2 months. I'm so happy. You're such a great teacher." So maybe
Nice.
Anne can unmute and tell us a little bit more about what's been going on.
Blocked ear. Wow.
Anne, are you there?
You're on mute, Ange.
Come Come on on, Ange. We'll be gentle, promise.
We don't
Okay, you better be.
Hey!
Hi. So you had a blocked ear?
Yeah, so I got my analysis done not long ago. I've been following you for months anyway, Kevin. And then I had a motorbike accident in January and I was pretty much knackered and I couldn't really walk. So I had to just hold off. Then I was like hounding my friend who's sitting right next to me, Kim, to get onto this program as well with you guys because I knew you'd connected the dots and I knew that it was going to work because I've been to every osteopath, chiropractor, naturopath, doctors. I've had taken every pill known to man. My analysis score you gave me was 35.
Ooh,
So I am a hot mess.
yeah, hot mess. That is a hot mess.
Yeah. So I've been doing the PAT classes and I'm just on my third day of the 120.
Mm.
And I have to say that inner child work, that was incredible. But anyway, so the things I've noticed, I can't talk about that at the moment because I'll wind up crying. The classes with Sue, so the left ear unblocked, and it had been blocking up for over a couple of years now, and I've had it off and on, always had problems with that left ear blocking and having to get it cleaned out. The clicking jaw, I've had that forever, since childhood probably. And that's all gone as well. So these things just started disappearing one at a time. The ringing in my ear and the dizziness all gone. And the biggest issue for me too at the moment was the IBS. That was the first to go.
Wow.
Well done.
So
wow.
I'm like grinning like a Cheshire cat. I can't stop.
Wow.
That is.
And I'm back on my motorbike and I'm riding after 8 months, and the physio and the hospital orthopedics said they can't believe how I've healed up so quickly like a 30-year-old, because I'm like an old lady, 62, and yeah, so it's all down to the 90 essentials and everything combined.
That is really cool to hear. And you know what?
Yeah,
that gray hair is gonna go away too.
it's already starting. You can't see it.
I know. I know it.
No, seriously, guys, it was white, like the stuff underneath, and it's changing color.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm happy as.
Well, I'm super happy for you. This is what we do it for. So it's the best part of the gig is seeing that it's the testimonies,
Yeah.
That's what it is. So
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing with us.
Everybody's sitting on the fence, do it. Just do it, because it's gonna work. Everything's connected, like Dr. Reese said. Everything is connected. Your body has to be treated as a whole unit.
That's right.
It's not gonna work if you don't.
Tell those medical doctors they're fired.
Yeah, well, I'm the one who made that comment that walked out of the doctor's when he said to me it was all in my head.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
So
only
I'm
one. It's only 1/3 in your head.
I know you answered me on the socials when I said that.
Yeah.
It is 1/3. You're correct. Absolutely correct. You've joined all the dots. Out of every other doctor, you've connected the whole thing together and joined the dots. And I knew that immediately. And it's logical, because I'm one of these annoying patients that say to doctors, but why? Why have I got this? What's caused it? And they go, sorry, it's genetic.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm.
Yeah, that's what they do to you. And they just fob you off. Oh, the pills stopped working after 2 months that you put me on for this. Oh, well, it's all right, because we got a new one out. You can try that. You just go round the merry-go-round and you don't get better.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the way it's worked for me. That's why I'm here.
Thank you. And I love that painting in the back too. It's nice.
Oh, yeah, that's Kim. We're sitting in the lounge, and she's got the phone on the wall as well. Oh, you can't see it. You made a comment about it in the analysis.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
The phone on the wall. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing with us. That's great.
Okay. No problem.
Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day.
I will.
All right. Karen, did you have any more comments or questions?
Yeah, we have some comments and questions. Somebody was asking if you would comment on the natural sweeteners like stevia and others.
Well, we use stevia when needed. You know, sometimes you have to because something tastes really, really, really bad.
Yeah.
If you drank the 90 essential nutrients without stevia, oh,
Terrible.
Mm.
Terrible.
yeah, terrible.
And then Paige is saying she got into the membership before the analysis was mandatory. I'm already off the pour four, except for some oil. Started the PAT basic for the fun of it. And she has perused the 120 to start preparing for that. And will sign up for the analysis.
Good deal. Yeah. Yeah, the first few months we did not make the analysis mandatory, but now it is for the new people coming in because you really need that roadmap to know where you're going. You have to know what's wrong in order to get right. So, and for those that are at home, the cost of the membership is going up November 1st. So you got 15 more days to get in for $55 a month. Get grandfathered in. If we make this thing $1 million next year, you're in for $55 a month. It should be $1 million. I just want to say it should be.
Anything else, Karen?
And I guarantee you that any wealthy person would pay $1 million to get rid of their symptoms. I guarantee you.
They already do. Unsuccessfully.
So we have Tim in here, and he's saying he used to go to a naturopath, and that was the only place he could rub shoulders with like-minded people. Now he just needs a dose of Dr. Reese videos, and he watches things every day.
Thank you.
Awesome, Tim.
All you got to do is binge watch for a few days and you'll catch a buzz.
And then Agnes is in the room. She's asking about the 90 essential nutrients and when to take those and how to take those. If you could reach out to us at peaceoverpainclinic@gmail.com, we can answer those questions for you.
And that's also a great question for Thursday's meeting as well.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
And Latoya is saying is starting today. Looks like she's starting her supplements today.
There you
Awesome.
go. On your way.
And one thing too, just for Paige had commented she's been perusing in the 120. I would caution people not to do that. It's best to take it 1 week at a time and do it when you're 100% all in so you get the most benefit out of it instead of poking around to see what it's going to be like because you're curious. Just take it a week at a time and you'll have great success.
Yeah.
Well said.
And then Linda S says, when you say that I feel like you're cheating, when you say you feel like you're cheating yourself out of income, can you please charge what you're worth so it's a win-win for all?
I'm definitely cheating myself out of income. There's no doubt about it.
Well,
Even Dr. G called me like a few weeks ago and he's like, oh my, he's like, So it's just the membership? He's like, you must be taking such a loss right now. And I'm like, I am. I am. Of course I am.
Exactly.
But let me tell you, there's a secret that most of you don't know about. Sunlight Sunny is coming to save the day.
Mm.
We got a whole children's series coming out. Cartoons, books, the whole 9 yards. That is $1 billion business with a B.
Absolutely. Paige says she bought that book. I'm taking Karen's job. I'm sorry.
Well,
Go ahead.
Paige, it's gonna be it's gonna be memorabilia one day because the books obviously needs to be updated with the new characters that are about to come out and everything. In fact, I approved the storyboard today. The animation team sent me the storyboard today. So, yeah.
Good stuff. Anything else, Karen?
Denise says she just got her 90 essential nutrients and she's so excited to give them a try.
Oh, yeah.
And then Diana says, do you know the new, it just moved on me. Do you know another source for the PAT large foam block? The current supplier has been out of stock for some time.
Yeah. No, I don't, unfortunately. But it is on my to-do list as soon as I can financially do it to just have my own equipment.
One thing, Diana, you can do, and a lot of our members do in the interim, and actually I still haven't bought a big, large block. I have just an ottoman, and then I have a knee support foam block on top of that, and it's the perfect height. So there's many things that you can do to makeshift in the meantime.
Yeah.
Angelo's showing off the Sunlight Sunny book.
There it is. There it is.
Sunlight.
Wait till you hear the music.
Oh, it's great music. It was stuck in my head for like weeks. We would just all be in the office just singing it. Was that all, Karen?
Just a couple more. Linda says, how about 12-year-olds and tweens? Their diet is so poor.
Nothing that can be done.
Yeah,
Not really. I mean, it is what it is. That's why you got to get them young. You got to get them at 1, 2, 3, 4 years old.
Yeah.
And then Agnes is asking, what are cherry what I can't even say the word, angiomas? Do you know what they are?
No, I'm not sure what
Get
he's
rid of
referring to.
them.
So what?
Angiomas?
I don't know what he's referring to.
Okay. Might be soft tissue. Should we be drinking a particular kind of water?
No, I mean, coconut water, if you're okay with some extra calories,
Yeah.
hydrates you.
Mhm.
But I use a Berkey. Levi uses reverse osmosis. Everyone has their own little preference.
Yep. Just at the end of the day, get a filter.
Yeah, don't drink tap water. I got a rule. You only drink tap water 3 times a year.
Only 3.
Only 3 times a year. It's like you're playing basketball and you got to drink out of a hose, you know?
So Agnes added a little bit more about they're little red spots. They're like moles on your skin. Do you know anything about those little red spots that pop up?
Oh, the red spots. Yeah, well, it's probably a blood sugar issue. Have to go and, see an analysis.
120 or blood sugar rescue. I would always say 120.
Yeah, because you could do the blood sugar rescue right after and just make it longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that for anyone in the membership that is looking for a starting point and you just don't know what to do, come to the meetings on Thursdays and just ask a coach. We got Coach Sean, we got Coach Karen, we got Coach Tamra. Ask a question. Figure out what steps you want to make.
We're there to help you. All right. It is 7:00. Did you want to do another round of the socials or
Wow.
finish up? Do we have any member comments or questions left?
We're all good.
Okay. Look at Chris. Her eyes were so wide.
Well, what happened?
I was just about to call her. She was like, Whew, that was funny. I think, I mean,
all right. Yeah, we're done. I would just want to say again, for those that are new, get an analysis. Call drreese.com. Just call drreese.com.
That's the start.
Talk to us and we'll put you in the right direction. www.worldwideweb.calldrreese.com. Can't believe this is the first time we're saying that. We need a graphic, Levi, that kind of float.
All right, everybody.
Priority.
You can do a phone call or Zoom call. Just talk to us. Don't DM, don't click links that people are DMing you, random Dr.
Unless
Reese's.
it's our link.
Yeah, well,
the coaching team.
Yeah. We'll make sure you'll know it's us. But call Dr. Reese is always that go-to. We'll confirm if other links are scams or they're us. But that's the start. www.calldrreese.com. All right, everybody. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Tim, have a good night.
Hey, guys. Thank you.